Hey everybody, Sam here.
And Angela, and welcome to our channel.
Welcome back to the next stage of reassembly of our greenhouse.
Yay!
It's been a hot minute since we worked on this thing because life and life.
A lot of stuff going on our Tennessee property right now, so it's kind of like work on it when you can, and right now we can, so we're going to.
Exactly. So tell them the name of the game, the plan of the stand for today.
Well, today we are going to try and get the roof put together. Put the roof on.
Raise the roof.
And then once that's done, it should help square everything up so we can put the anchors in.
Exactly. So now that it's said, let's get it done.
Before we get started today, I'm going to go ahead and take this down, because when you have these hats on, when you have hats on, you can't tell that it's there and you knock yourself in the head really bad. So I'm going to get rid of it so we don't do that as we're working on it today.
Alrighty, we are ready to put this thing back together. Steps of the operation of the order is to get that ridge beam, attach my two little support brackets, the little 2x4s on the front and back center of the wall to hold the ridge beam up. Put those together, put it on the center top of the part of the wall, and then start putting the rafters in place. I know this ridge beam is bowed, and I'm sure this is not perfect, so there's going to be a lot of muscle involved, probably, to get everything aligned, assembled, and put back together correctly. So, wish us luck. Here we go. Alright, so we're about 30 minutes into the roof raising and it's going great. I guess the biggest annoyance is some of the boards are a little bit twisty, but we kind of knew that going in. The plan of attack has been me on the ladder, attaching things up top on the ridge beam, and you laid out all the rafters.
So it makes it hand off and go.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy.
It is. What you guys saw there briefly with the red strap was...
It had kind of warped and it wasn't really...
The ridge beam warp, yeah.
Yeah, and so it allowed me to pull the wall up and the ridge beam to where the rafters fit like they were supposed to.
And you did it yourself.
I did. I was proud of myself.
You even made the quote while you were doing that. There's probably not many wives who would do this or know that it was needed.
It took me a long time to learn how to kind of even sort of do ratchet straps, so.
Ratchet straps, the great mystery of engineering. So we are exactly to our halfway point. The whole left side is done, attached at the ridge and along the walls. So now we get to rinse and repeat.
Let's go.
There it was.
Well, the roof is done, and I have to say, on the bottom side, it was pretty easy.
Hey, it wasn't that bad at all. Actually, it was really, really easy to reassemble. The pieces went together fine. We didn't have to use a ratchet strap for this side of the greenhouse. Just a hammer here and there, give it a few love taps, and that's it. Piece of cake. Framing is done.
On to the next step, and Sam is holding what looks to be a fishing spear.
I'm gonna go spear fishing out here in a field.
And it even has the little like cable thingy attached to pull it back in.
Yep. In actuality, put that right there. This is our anchor system for the greenhouse. These are known as Arrowhead anchors. They are from American Earth Anchors. It's the same company I've got the anchor system for the shed for. Got some more for the greenhouse. This is a different design. This one gets driven into the ground, and you kind of pull it and it goes flat and it holds everything down. So we have this for the ground, and then Angela is holding the actual part that goes into the framing member, which will be the bottom plate of the greenhouse. So tell people what in the world that is.
So pretty much you stick the cable through the bottom of it, and it is a one-way ticket.
One-way
There is
ticket.
no pulling back out.
One-way ticket to Anchor Town.
And I guess you cut off the top if you want to, or just...
Yep, you can trim it whenever you're done. I thought it was a really cool system when I saw it, because we'll be able to drill a hole and mount this into the bottom plate of the greenhouse. And then, I mean, if we want to pull it tight, we can step on it, bounce on the wall, whatever. And it's a really cool way of really cinching it down to the earth. So we got a total of 7 of these, which is more than a structure like this would need. But I got that many so that I'm able to properly square and keep everything with this front wall, the doorway. It wants to get all crooked on us.
It's all crooked.
It is. So we're going to use these anchors not only to hold it to the ground, but also hold it in place so it stays square. All right, first step is to drill your hole for your anchor to go. So here on our bottom plate, I've got a 5/8 Forstner bit, and I'm just going to drill a hole right here in the middle. Then we take our anchor and we get it ready like this. We'll stick the drive rod through. At this point, you're not going to pull this out by hand, probably. So, Angela and I came up with this cool solution to do this and to pry it out. After you do that, and use the same pliers, wrap the cable around it, and I'm going to pull this, and it's going to make that arrowhead go from this way to that way, and it'll lock it in the ground. Okie dokie. And then the last thing to do is to fish the cable through the thimble. Remember, this is a one-way. Place it down, and then we'll secure it with 2 little screws. And then for good measure, I'll just do this one last time with the pliers this time. That's it.
Okay, we'll see.
Well, I've got to say, I mean, as far as anchors go, that was really cool.
They were neat.
I tell you, this is the second time I've used anchors from American Earth Anchor, and it's really cool systems. I never knew such things were out there that are easy to install, totally legit, super beefing, and I mean, kind of fun to do too.
Okay, when he first brought out the earth anchors for the workshop, I thought it was a gag gift.
It does look like a giant wood screw.
You'll see those again whenever we bring my shop over.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a...
And sooner than that, probably the solar array move, but whatever.
So we will see them again, but they're just hilarious looking because they're, how long are they?
18-inch.
An 18-inch screw.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Anyway, so...
If it works in wood, why wouldn't it work in the ground?
True.
I love it. It is cool.
These are neat too, though.
Hands down, that trick that we figured out as far as getting that drive rod out, because you know you use the rod to drive it down, you got to pull it back out. The pliers and claw hammer, there you go.
Well, I was like, okay, we need something to grip it, and we need something to be like a level, what?
Yep.
Lever. Blah, 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 blah.
Oh, you just pulling with Sam.
So it was just really neat that we figured it out and that it works so well.
Mm-hmm. Now, the difference with this kind of anchors, these arrowhead anchors are permanent unless you want to dig them up out of the ground. Unlike the ones that the workshop are attached with, those are screws. Those are removable, which is why I'm going to be using those again for our solar array. You guys will see that in another video. But just know that this style is permanent anchors. And they are down in the ground probably, if the ground rod is 36 inches, several of them are probably about 28 to 30 inches down there. So
I would agree.
I don't plan on digging them up. Just cut the cable and cut our losses if it ever comes to that, but we don't think it will.
Let's hope not. I want this greenhouse to like last forever.
Yeah. So, hey, speaking of the greenhouse, how does it feel? We got the roof framed
assembled. Now we just got to get the skin put on it.
And the door.
And the door, yes.
As you guys saw, we removed the header of the door, so we quit hitting our heads with the header. We've already kind of scratched our noggins a little bit. We know what we're doing with the door. It's going to be a really easy fix, a little bit different from what it was beginning, but it requires us to go to the hardware store. But that's okay. We live there.
So next we are going to be getting into fixing the door, which Sam said. And then we are going to put screen around the bottom half, or, you know, all the walls are going to get screen put on them. Since it gets really hot here, we're going to try and roll up the sides during the hottest part so it gets a nice breeze going through.
Absolutely. This will have to convert all walls, or at least the 2 long walls.
Because, yes, it gets a lot hotter out here, so that'll be exciting. And then of course we got to put on the roof, and then we got to outfit the inside, and we've still got several more videos to go and
sounds like it.
Things to do.
Lots of fun, lots of fun.
But we are into March now, and it is fastly approaching our time for starting seeds. So we are getting a good head start to knock this out.
Oh yeah, it's go time.
Definitely.
Well guys, thanks for watching. If you got any questions or comments, you know what to do. Leave them for us down below. There are links to the anchor system down below as well if you want to go check it out. And I guess that's it for this greenhouse portion of raising the roof.
You just said all my stuff.
I did. Now what are you going to say?
See you guys next time on one of the homesteads.
See ya.
Bye.
We're going to have to stop saying that pretty soon. Sweet.
Yeah. One homestead. Tennessee homestead.
The homestead. Homedy homestead. Let's get it done.
Let's go.
You yelled at me. You were yelling.
I'm excited.
Gosh, I know, but I need earplugs when you're excited. The camera likes your face anyway. It did not expose until you walked up. Probably don't start till you walk in. Okay, right? We're not going to talk about this just yet.
Well, I had something funny to say with it.
Okay,
That's why.
so hold it up.
Well, or unless we're saying, well, we just finished the roof, that wasn't nearly as bad as we thought it was going to be, blah, blah, blah.
I'm so confused. I say that because I always set a timer on my phone or my watch whenever we do videos, because it will only do a 29-minute clip at once. So, why do I say all this stuff?
I don't know.
I just like...
You like to talk.
I'm like Big Dan T, Bible salesman, endowed with the gift of gab. Remember that?
No.
Okay.